This section describes the information distribution process and goes through some of its techniques. Information distribution involves getting stakeholders the information about the project according to the communication plan developed in the planning phase. It describes who receives the information, to what level of detail, how often, what method to use, and who's responsible for preparing and distributing the report. This information is provided by the only input to this process, the Communications Management Plan. It includes several methods of communication, such as status reports or project meetings. And status reports are meant to provide information about where the project is against the baseline of the schedule or budget. It may also include accomplishments, milestone completion, percentage of schedule completed, and what remains to be done. Information distribution requires good communication skills from the project manager. It also involves information gathering and retrieval systems, information distribution methods, and the lessons learned process. It's estimated that project managers spend as much as 90% of their time communicating in one form or another. It ranks as the most important skill a project manager can have. Information exchange includes three primary elements: the sender, the receiver, and the message. The sender is responsible for organizing the information so it's complete and understandable. The message is the actual information being sent. It can be formal, informal, written, verbal, internal, or external. Horizontal communications are messages sent and received among peers. Vertical communications are messages sent and received between management and subordinates. The receiver is responsible for understanding the information correctly and making sure they've received all the information. Other aspects to information exchange include methods, which is how the sender packages and transmits the information, and how the receiver unpacks it and receives the information as well. It includes encoding, which is putting the information into a format the receiver will understand, and forms of communication, which occurs in written or verbal form depending on the need for detail or documentation. As part of good communication skills, the project manager also needs effective listening skills. This includes the ability to appear interested, make eye contact, put the speaker at ease, recap what was said, and interrupt only when necessary. An important topic for the exam is the 5 ways of resolving conflicts. This is also considered to be part of the information exchange. The 5 ways of resolving conflicts include forcing, where one person forces a solution on the others, which may be permanent, but it's not the best as it does not encourage team building. This is a win-lose technique. Smoothing is a temporary solution because it makes the conflict appear less important than it is. Compromise is reached, but it does not resolve the underlying issue. It resurfaces later. This is a lose-lose technique. Compromise is where everyone involved in the conflict gives up something to reach a solution. Neither side wins or loses in this scenario, and it's only permanent if the parties are really committed to the solution. Confrontation is also called problem solving and is the best way to resolve conflict. It involves a fact-finding activity for the one right solution to the problem. All facts are then presented and the resolution will be clear to everyone. This is considered to be a win-win technique. And lastly, there's withdrawal. This occurs when one of the parties gets up and leaves and refuses to discuss the conflict. It's the worst technique, as nothing gets resolved. In resolving conflicts, remember that group size makes a difference. Information gathering and retrieval systems include ways that project information is stored and shared. It includes project management software, filing systems, intranet sites, and databases. Information distribution methods includes the various ways to get information to the project stakeholders. And lastly, we have the lessons learned process. It's used to benefit the current, future, or any other projects being performed in an organization. It includes relevant project information that was gathered throughout the project. And it's conducted throughout the project, not just at the end, especially with large projects. It focuses on various areas. It can include project management processes, product development, technical processes, project team performance, stakeholder involvement, and there's quite a few others. Updates may include the knowledge database, updates to policies, procedures, and processes, business skills, and the risk management plan. This concludes the techniques for information distribution. In the next section, we'll go through the outputs.